slice through the enemy with their unforgiving wings. Run! They will raging!
What is up, guys? My name is Alibaba, and today we are going to be covering Dauntless Dote. It's still really good. It's very explosive. You just have to be very conservative about how you manage your hand in terms of end game, because if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself with not enough hands to, or not enough cards in your hand to fuel the Dauntless restand and the Dote combos. So you just got to be careful with that. But other than that, it works pretty solid, not gonna lie. But before we get started, I just wanted to apologize once again for being gone for so long in terms of my YouTube channel. I actually took a break for a little bit to go visit family in Mexico because for the holidays, and after I came back, kind of just took a little bit of a break to get used to streaming again before covering the decks that I have built. But I'm back now and ready to rock and roll. So let's get started. So I know I memed about this a lot with some of my older friends, some of my other friends in the Discord. But I am indeed running 9 filters in this deck. I used to run 4 Emerald and 1 Gojo, but I realized very quickly that the 7k base is a lot more important in terms of making numbers. So I swapped the ratios out for 4 Gojo and 1 Emerald. And obviously I'm running 4 Curses for that sweet filtering. And I'm running mixed BGs because in some matchups you want to have the old BGs to not be completely overwhelmed by crit decks and stuff like that, so you can actually survive a little bit longer and while keeping up the pressure. In terms of grade 2, typical striking combo. If we run into a situation where we have the Dauntless, not the Dauntless, the Dote restand, we can immediately ride into Dote, especially if we don't draw into our Dauntless. Otherwise, we can just we can pseudo break right into Dauntless, and then later on just break right even further into Dote. Obviously 4 bellicosities for countercharging, because we do need to we do countercharge a little bit with this deck, and we want to have as much as possible for as explosive of a final turn as we can possibly have. And I only have 2 Berserk Dragons. If I had more, I would probably run maybe 1 more. 4 seems like it's stretching it a little bit, but 2 seems to work just fine as well. So if you only have 2, that's fine. I run 3 more 10k vanillas. There's a lot of 10k bases here. It's going to force our opponent to commit their boosters if they need to, which we can then choose to retire if you want to with Berserk Dragon. If not, that's perfectly fine as well, but it does force their hand, and it puts us in a situation where we know a little bit more effectively how many PGs or how many resources they have left. And obviously, instead of Nahalem, I'm running Suisei because Suisei is best girl, at least for now. In terms of grade 3, pretty straightforward lineup. Most Dauntless Dote decks you see are going to run probably this lineup. The only change would be maybe they change up what the one of is. In my case, I run Blockade for a cheeky final turn kill if I need it. And then obviously 4 Dauntless and 4 Dote for that spicy combo. And Overlord as our heal, because he's still a good card, but he's an alternate way of ending the game if we see we can't reliably fuel the Dauntless Dote combo. And obviously our starter's Conroe, always will be, till further notice. I just realized I was in deck construction and not in rank, so give me a second to actually load up. I could have sworn I was in rank, but I think I switched it at some point. Yeah, we'll do what we usually do. We'll try to do 2 games with this deck. Hopefully, the deck does not get camera shy, because that does happen to a lot of people. you will find that a lot of decks will perform spectacularly in testing, but once the little red light goes on and you start recording deck profile, it just fizzles out. All right, let's try this again. Game 2, which will be game 1. How appropriate. The mirror match. Alright, you know what? This hand actually isn't bad. I'll keep it.
Stand up, the Vanguard.
Oh god, it's Seal Dragons. Wait, does Kai have an animation for Seal Dragon Inferno? Guess I'll find out. Alright. I've learned something very quickly when I play my own version of Seal Dragons. And obviously people told me this as well, but if you can avoid it, do not call units behind your Vanguard, because then it just, chances are it's gonna be retired in place of a grade 2, and that grade 2 is essentially gonna be a useless unit. So I have two options here. I could either attack, or do what I kind of want to do and just filter. I'm actually gonna filter here. But filter that or this. Kinda want to filter Suis. No, I'll filter Gojo. Perfect.
Stand and draw.
I love Seals. I love playing them. Playing against them is a little rougher, but let's see if he actually tries to deny me. He is actually going to deny me my counterblast. He really wants to kill my Conroe. Do I just... You know what? I have Striken. I can play this game too, buddy. Let's see if he actually passes another turn. If you're that dedicated to killing my Conroe, I'll let you kill it next turn. Okay, yeah, I figured. Alright. Are you also gonna pass this turn? Are you that committed to taking out my Conroe? He is that committed to taking out my Conroe. Okay. Go Dauntless. Alright, you can take out my Conroe. That's 15. 23. I don't want to call this booster, but I also don't want to waste the crit. So I risk it. Ooh, do I risk it? I mean, I'm pretty sure the grade 1's gonna be safe next turn. Because he's most likely gonna go after my Conroe. This is a tough decision. Now, you know what? I'm risking it. I believe. I believe in the cause. Damn it, I knew that would happen. I still believe. I didn't believe hard enough. I knew that would happen. You know what? It's fine. All this means is he's gonna heal out of that counterblast, and I'm gonna have my counterblast. Actually, no. He can just. Can't he just do this? Yeah, you can.
スキル発動
Never mind. Yep. Oh, you gave me a Suisei. Thank you, good sir.
来いスキル発動
You discard a blockade.
スキル発動
Discard another blockade. I think.
頼んだコール
Alright, that's a lot of cards you just
リアガード
placed,
にアタック
sir. If he gives me 2 Counter Blasts, I'm probably gonna Berserk Dragon
ヴァ
him.
ンガードにアタックダメージチェックスキル発動 ヴァンガードにアタック
Essentially, so I can actually just push him and try to punish the fact that, never mind, he doesn't have an empty
セカン
hand.
ドチェック
Because he just checked 2 draw triggers in a row. Fantastic. Can I check a draw, please?
ダメージチェック
Because essentially my goal here is to filter out the Suisei unless I draw something else. Alright. Gonna do this.
来いスキ
I'm
ル
gonna
発動
berserk his 10k.
コールスキル
And then
発動
filter Kersey for Kersey. I drew a trigger.
アタック
I might regret that. Let's see if that draw trigger would have drawn the draw trigger. Or a heal trigger,
ヴァ
maybe.
ンガードにアタックファーストチェック
It would not, it would have drawn a
セカンド
Gojo.
チェック
But at least now we have an alternate finisher and he checks another trigger. We cannot catch a break this game.
スタンドアンドドロー
One day we'll be able to deal 2 damage.
コール
He was able to rebuild his entire hand thanks to all those draw triggers too. He's probably gonna take out my Kersey here.
アタック
I mean, he could, but would he do it? Probably.
リアガードに
Yeah,
アタック
he's doing
フ
it.
ァーストチェックセカンドチェック
Alright, I would love a draw trigger here.
アタックダメージチェック
Yeah, heal. Heal's okay. Would prefer to draw trigger. Now the question is, how much do we want to commit? Alright, we have Dote, so we can actually afford to commit a little bit more.
頼んだ
Obviously not too much. Just commit Suisei.
リアガードにアタック
Now can I check some draw triggers?
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェックセカンドチェック
No. Okay.
ダメージチェック
I am not afforded the luxury of having draw triggers, apparently. Granted, I have 3 of them in my hand,
スタン
but
ドアンドドロー
I still have 5 in my deck. We can take out my Suisei with that 10k. That's fine.
いけ
There's a Bellicosity.
アタック
You can actually push me here.
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェック
Hmm.
セカンドチェック
Interesting. I don't think he's gonna give me... Is he not gonna give me Limit
ダ
Break?
メージチェック
Where are my triggers?
アタック
Can I check one now?
ダメージチェック
No. Okay. So it's one of those games, huh?
スタンドアンドドロー
Let me guess. Now I draw a trigger. Yep, I knew it. Fantastic.
頼んだ
You know what? I mean, I kind of... I kind of messed up there. Probably should have broke ride. Break road. Broke road.
ヴァンガードにアタック。ファーストチェック。ゲット。ドロートリガー。セカンドチェック。ダメージチェック。
I am most likely dead. Probably should not have given him a break either. But I believe in my triggers. Yeah, this is not a burno. I'm still dead. Actually, maybe not. No, yeah, I'm dead. Oh, I actually found 2 grade 2s. Ah! Yeah, shuffle my deck. Give me chances of checking a heal. Watch me actually check a heal now. Nope, just lost another PG.
Vanguardにアタック。ファーストチェック。ゲット。ドロートリガー。セカンドチェック。ゲット。ドロートリガー。
Damn. So, what did we learn today? I learned that I do not deserve checking draw triggers. Would I have? I still would have died even if I hadn't given him Limb Break because he has Inferno, and that by itself would have been able to deal 2 damage. And obviously, I didn't check any triggers, so I wouldn't not have survived. But yeah, all he was doing at the end there was thinning my deck and making it higher chance that I would have checked the trigger. But obviously, that is not the case for me. I did not see anything that game. The reason I called those units, oh my god, can I not run into a farmer right now? Alright, let's try this game. Game 4, just for a second game with Kagero. BP farmers are out today. Prism Image Vert. Simp Boys Double Zeta. Farming of normal sleeves. Please don't be normal sleeves. Alright, Kagero. Is this an actual mirror this time, or is it one of those mirror not mirror scenarios?
Stand up, the Vanguard.
Alright, it's an actual mirror. Unless he's playing the Zeal variant, or the Seal variant with Conroe. Which is actually what I play, funny enough. Alright, I'm gonna write Gojo, because I can actually filter here. Probably should have placed that Conroe somewhere else just to be safe. But it's fine. Do I filter Gojo or do I filter Kersey? I'm gonna filter Gojo because Kersey can still boost even after filtering. Alright, I drew another Gojo. Good to know. All I did was thin my deck. Deck thinning is deck winning, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I live by. Alright, he rides Kersey. Let's see if he also has a Gojo to use. Oh, he's afraid. Is he afraid? No, he does indeed have the Gojo. He's also discarding Gojo. I wonder if he drew Gojo as well. All the Gojos came out to play today. Any chance I can draw Striking? Ah, there goes my Ermo. No, I drew another Suisei. That's fine. Actually, I'm gonna write Bellicosity.
キル発動
Against the mirror. Doesn't really matter which PG I grab. I'll grab the old one just in case. I'm gonna filter here because I kinda need to draw or try to draw into Dauntless. Alright, I drew Dote, so maybe this will be an old school game of just cross-ride Dote. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. First thing we're gonna have to find out is if our opponent can actually ride striking, so compared to our Bellicosity ride. Now he's riding Bellicosity as well. Is he gonna do the same thing that we did? Let's find out. He's gonna search a PG probably. That's the new one. I searched the old one, so that's our first difference. We are mirrored, ladies and gentlemen. He is literally doing the exact same thing that we did. Alright, watch me top deck Dauntless. I'm about to top deck Dauntless and it's going to be legendary. Nope, I just top decked the other PG. Alright, old school it is. Hey look, triggers! The also elusive triggers! They exist! Now I'm pretty sure this is where we split paths from our opponent in terms of the mirror. Because one, I don't think he runs Suisei, and two, he's probably gonna ride Dauntless. Ooh, Natsu and Lucy. Yep, there's Dauntless. Ooh, he drew that. I'm guessing he actually did draw. If he actually drew Gojo off of Gojo, that'll be hilarious. Alright, he's gonna put us to 2 damage. I'm debating. I'm probably going, if I'm gonna push him here, which I kind of want to, I want to go into Dote defense. Do I want to push him? No, now I kind of do. I made Dote, so I have that. I checked 1, I rode 1. 2 left. See? Endo. I'm gonna filter Kersey here. Why did I call this Overlord again? Because I know I'm gonna hit a trigger. Damn it! I need to believe more. It actually would have worked. I don't believe hard enough. That's my problem. You gotta believe. I'll probably lose this Overlord, not gonna lie. I think I have 1 more. Yeah, he's just gonna draw. Yeah, so the, one of the big differences in terms of Dauntless Dote that I've noticed as I've playtested this deck is, unlike other break rides, it's actually not that bad to break ride early. Because the Dauntless Dote combo is like, yeah, it's good for late game pushing, but it's also really good for just drawing cards in case you need it, which is what I probably should have done last game in terms of I should have just broke ride. I should have done my break ride is what I'm trying to say. And then just drawn cards into potentially drawing a BG. But that was bad on my part. Probably gonna take out my Overlord here.
Vanguardにアタック
I would love to check a draw trigger. Also, he healed, so that's kind of bad. Alright, that's 2, 3. Alright, so he has no more dotes. It's good to know. There's a draw trigger. Probably gonna take out my Overlord. What did he discard? Courtesy, Gojo, and Dauntless. Gotcha. Wow. This guy's like actually getting everything perfect. Oh, I drew my last Overlord. I still have 2 Dotes in my deck. Interesting. Do I survive if I just call 2 intercepts and pass? If I call 2 intercepts, as long as I don't give him CB3, I do. So basically I can only swing at his Vanguard. Okay. How many Overlords has he discarded? Discarded 2, the 3rd one's on the field. I just have to play into the assumption that there's a 4th one in his hand. I could like unload with Overlord and Dote here, but I think my play instead is to play the 2 intercepts, just push him to 4, because he can't restand with Dote, and then just try to kill him next turn. What's in my deck? It worked. No. I'm gonna save it for next turn. How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. The Cardfight Geek you2. So I have 2 options now. I can either Persona Blast twice, or I can go for Overlord and 1 Persona Blast.
Vanguard にアタック。ファーストチェック。セカンドチェック。完全ガード。
I think. See, if I Persona Blast twice, I can theoretically get more attacks in, but that's only if. Actually, no. I get the same amount of attacks. It's just a matter of do I get to I just go for game here. I'm dead anyway, so I'm gonna go for
出番
game.
だスキル発動
I'm gonna do this. Basically what I'm going for here is for him to not get a trigger. And then I restand with Dote.
アタック
And then just try to kill him that way. Chances are he has his PGs to survive this, but we'll see.
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェックゲットドロートリガー
That's 19. Give it here.
セカンドチェック
Please don't get a trigger.
チェック
Perfect.
ペルソナブラスト
And now we just see if he has 3 PGs. I drew a PG myself.
ヴァンガードにアタック完全ガード
21, so I'm actually going to attack with Vanguard first,
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェッ
just in case I get a trigger.
クセカンドチェックゲッ
If I
ト
do,
ドロートリガー
get that here.
完全ガー
Alright, you have the 3rd one.
ドアタック
He does. Alright, we lose. Hydrate, alright.
スタンドアンドドロー
So we tried. Ultimately could not break through his defenses. If he has Overlord, we guarantee lose even if we hadn't called. Actually, we lose anyways because he had Berserk.
頼んだ
And he had Overlord. Alright, so we would have lost. Even if we had kept the PG in our hand. Good to know. So we just had... This second one was actually a little bit better. But the first one was just us not getting anything.
完全ガード
Yeah, I have no heals, I have no
ヴァンガードにアタック
defenses.
ファーストチェッ
I just
ク
died.
セカンドチェック
But hey, at least you got to see what Dote can do. Even if it was from my opponent. Ha 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 ha. I just got shafted. Mostly in the first game.
ネクタイが
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential for this deck. The mirror is a little iffy because both decks can just like overwhelm each other and just build up defenses and stuff. Yeah, let's go over the deck one last time. Here it is. The mixed BGs is probably what a lot of people debate over. I personally like it because the old PGs help you survive against some of those crit-based decks from Yield days, or even like Genesis, who sometimes like to run crits. That way you're not guaranteed push to 5. And other decks as well, like OTT with Magus. Old PGs actually help a lot in terms of not getting pushed to 5 immediately and then just getting taunted. The rest of the deck's pretty straightforward. It does require a little bit of luck in terms of getting your draw triggers. I will say this though, this deck becomes so much better and a lot more consistent once you get once the Nouvelle package comes in, because then you can search for your Persona Blast, you can search for your break rides, and then you can just deny them 6 damage shields with Nouvelle. And you get a CB1 retired instead of the CB2 from Berserk Dragon. So definitely going to revisit this deck once the Nouvelle package comes out in set 13. But for now, this is it. If you want to give it a try yourself, maybe you'll have a little better luck than me. And I definitely recommend it. Apparently, decks are very camera shy. So I'm sure other content creators know that and can relate. But for now, that's the disc profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please check me out on Twitch. and subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. Drop a like, and I will see you guys next time. Jiane.